Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today we're going back to one of the most tactical and underrated marksmen in the game. A hero that doesn't rely on brute force, but on control, positioning, and pressure. A hero that rewards smart builds, smart timing, and smart team play. Today, we're breaking down Darkstar, and more importantly, how to build her correctly at low cost, without wasting precious resources. If you're playing Hero Wars Alliance on Android, the New Year Rewards Carnival 2026 on Huawei AppGallery is a great way to get extra value from your in-game purchases. From January 12th to March 31st, 2026, you can earn 25% rewards on eligible purchases. For every €1 or equivalent you spend, you receive 1 gem. These gems can be redeemed for limited time coupons, such as €2.50 for 10 gems or €25 for 100 gems. The more you play and spend, the more gems you collect, helping you save on future purchases. Gems are not granted when using Huawei points, and only the cash amount spent counts toward rewards. To join, simply download Hero Wars Alliance through Huawei AppGallery. Your game progress is completely safe, just sign in and continue playing. This is a limited time New Year event, so don't miss it. Darkstar is an agility-based marksman from the Nature faction, positioned safely on the backline. She fights using physical attack, and from the very first look at her kit, one thing becomes clear: Darkstar is not just about damage. She is about control, disruption, and creating openings for her team to dominate the battlefield. Most of her skills scale directly with physical attack, while one scales purely with skill level. Her basic attacks deal physical damage, but what makes Darkstar special is how every arrow she fires contributes to battlefield control. She disables enemy buffing skills, pushes away the nearest foe to expose the front line, and marks enemies to make them take increased damage, especially from nature allies. This makes her a tactical damage dealer, not a reckless one. And this distinction matters a lot when we talk about building her efficiently. So let's answer the real question. How do we prepare Darkstar for battle at low cost? What actually matters, and what can safely wait? Let's start with hero evolution. Darkstar does not need absolute star to function. 5 stars are more than enough for a very long time. Her soul stones are available through the arena shop and heroic chest, which means absolute star is a slow grind. Don't force it. 5 stars gives you excellent value without locking your resources into diminishing returns. Hero level, however, is non-negotiable. Darkstar must reach level 120. Not 118. Not 119. Full level. This unlocks the talisman system, and Darkstar has 2 talismans, one of the most important long-term power sources for her. Talismans alone can replace the impact of 2 fully maxed skins if rolled and leveled correctly, which is exactly what we want in a low-cost build. Fortunately, Darkstar's talismans are accessible. Her first talisman, which grants agility and physical attack, is available in the Eternal Frontier shop for 700,000 coins. This talisman is a priority. It directly amplifies her core stats, boosts her damage, and improves how her skills perform. Her second talisman exists, but it's harder to obtain for now, and that's fine. The first one already does a massive amount of work. Now let's talk about skills. This one is simple. All skills go to maximum. No hesitation. No debate. Darkstar's kit depends heavily on skill levels to control enemies, mark targets, and apply pressure consistently. Leaving skills underleveled directly weakens her identity as a tactical marksman. Next up, Sparks of Power. Again, maximum. Sparks increase agility, health, armor, and physical attack. Every single one of those stats benefits Dark Star. She becomes harder to kill, hits harder, and scales better into longer fights. Sparks are efficient, reliable power, and they should never be skipped. Now we move into glyphs, and this is where smart prioritization really matters. Ideally, you want all glyphs at level 40. That's the efficiency breakpoint, strong bonuses without excessive cost. If resources are tight, focus on 3 first. Physical attack comes first. This directly boosts her damage and the effectiveness of most of her skills. Next is health. Dark Star is a backline hero, but surviving burst and random splash damage is crucial for consistency. Then agility. Agility scales her physical attack and gives her some armor, improving both offense and survivability. If you have extra resources later, you can complete the remaining glyphs, but stopping at level 40 is absolutely correct for a low-cost build. Now let's talk about skins, and this is where many players make mistakes. Dark Star does not need many skins to function. If you build only one skin, it must be physical attack. Without question. Without doubt. Without hesitation. Physical attack is the stat that defines Dark Star. It scales her damage, her marks, her pressure, and her overall impact. A fully maxed physical attack skin alone can turn Dark Star from a utility archer into a serious battlefield threat. Once physical attack is fully done, you move to agility. And then you stop. Health, magic defense, dodge, all of these can wait. They are not wrong, but they are not efficient early investments. Remember, this is a low-cost guide. We spend where it matters, and we stop where returns drop. Now we move into artifacts, and this is where Dark Star's role becomes very clear. Your first artifact priority is her book, the Alchemist's Folio. This artifact boosts physical attack and armor penetration, which directly improves how quickly Dark Star cuts through enemy defenses. It accelerates her pressure and allows her marks and follow-up attacks to hit harder and faster. After the book, you move to her Ring of Agility. This reinforces her core stat and scales everything she does. If resources are tight, you can stop after the book. If not, completing the ring is the perfect complement. There is no rush to max all 3 artifacts. 2 are enough to make Dark Star fully functional at low cost. And now, let's talk about why this build works. Dark Star is not a hero that overwhelms enemies instantly. She controls the flow of the fight. She disables buffs, disrupts positioning, and exposes weaknesses. Her partner skill triggering after every basic attack ensures constant pressure, especially on marked targets and low health enemies. And when paired with nature allies, her damage amplification becomes even more dangerous. She is a hero that shines when fights last longer than a few seconds. When enemies try to stabilize. When front lines shift. When back lines get exposed. By focusing on physical attack, agility, and efficient artifacts, you are amplifying exactly what Dark Star needs, not inflating stats she doesn't rely on. So what do you get at the end of this process? A fully functional Dark Star at low to average cost. Max skills. Max sparks. Focused glyphs. 1 powerful skin. 2 key artifacts. A strong talisman. And most importantly, resources left over. Resources you can use to build tanks, supports, or secondary damage dealers. Resources that increase your flexibility, your counters, and your long-term account strength. Guardians, Dark Star is not flashy. She is precise. She is tactical. And when built correctly, She becomes a reliable weapon in both offense and defense, especially in nature-based compositions. Build her smart. Build her efficiently. And let her do what she does best, control the battlefield, one arrow at a time. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.